Hello, class. I welcome you all to this session. This session, we are going to discuss class 2 under financial statement of not for profit organizations. So, in the first class, we would have discussed the concept of not for profit organization, and we know that how funds are being received by a not for profit organization, and we also discussed how financial statements can be prepared by using receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. But in this particular class, we'll be discussing in depth about in receipts and payments account. Okay, so we are going to discuss in depth about receipts and payments account. So what is it basically? It is a summary of cash and bank receipts and payments excuse me, during an account period. So this is the format of the receipts and payments account. So you can just go through it. It's the format. So you have the opening balance here, that cash in hand, cash at bank. Then you have two subscriptions received for the previous year, current year, and next year, two general donations, two interest received, two balance carried down if it is a bank overdraft. Okay, so if it is either of this bank balance, if you're having a favorable balance, it would be reflected as cash at bank. If you have a negative balance, then here it will be the closing balance, and here it will be opening balance for bank overdraft. So when we are doing a problem, you'll be able to understand what is this. So you just have to understand that if bank has an overdraft, then opening balance should be stated here as in the credit side. But if it is having a favorable balance, it has to be stated in the debit side. Similarly, closing balance here and closing balance here. So payments, you will record it in the credit side. Receipts, you will record it in the debit side. So this alone you have to keep in mind. So we are going to discuss what are the features of excuse me, what are the features of receipts and payments account. So you have the various features, that is nature. What is the nature of this account? It is an asset account. Okay, see, it is like a cash book, so it is like an asset account. What is the basis? It is a cash basis of accounting. Capital and revenue, it records all receipts and payments, whether it is revenue in nature or capital in nature. It records all capital and revenue. Period, it is relevant for current, previous, and successive years. Okay, and adjustments is not made. Adjustments are not made in receipts and payments account. Just cash is coming in, record it in the receipt side. If cash is going out, you record it in the credit side under the payment column. Then purpose, it is to show the amount received and paid under different heads during the accounting year. Okay, so here you can see what is the purpose of preparing this account. The purpose is to amount received and paid under different head during an accounting year. That's it. So what are the limitations? Have the limitations, it do not show the income or expenses. Do not show the income or expenses. It will not know whether the day-to-day expenses are paid out of income earned. So this is the basic limitation. So does not show expenses or income. because it is a receipts and payments account. It does not show it's able to meet its day-to-day expenses out of its income or not. Okay, so there is a sum that I have taken. This is a exercise problem 5. Okay, so from the following particulars of Evergreen Club, prepare receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2019. So you just have to identify whether this particular items given is a receipt or a payment. Okay, so we'll just go through it one by one. So let me just erase it off so that there is no confusion here. Okay, so you can just see, you have to tell me whether it is a receipt or a payment. Okay, so I'm just going to write it here. Cash in hand opening balance, cash at bank opening balance. So we'll just fill it up with the balance or opening balances. So here we have 50,000, here we have 3,40,000. Then subscriptions received. Subscriptions received is a receipts, right? Because it is received. Okay, subscription received. Okay, subscriptions received. Excuse me. It is 15,70,000. Then donations received. Donations received 2,80,000. Then investment purchased. Now purchased, you can make payment if you are purchasing. So it will come under payments. So just purchased. Okay. So as I am doing, you're supposed to write in your classwork. Okay. Do not sit idle. Please write. Then rent paid. It is a payment again because it is rent paid. Okay. How much? 50,000. Then general expenses is an expense, so it is a payment. So general expenses. General expenses is 2,30,000. Postage and stationery is again a payment. Postage and stationery. It is 25,000. Then you have newspapers and magazine. Again, it is a payment. Paper and magazines. Okay, this APER, paper and magazine. It is 87,000. Book. So I'll just make note of all payments. So you can see here that I have written all the relevant items of receipts. Subscription received, donation received, interest on investment received. Sale of old newspapers is also a receipt. Okay, so because you are selling and you are receiving money, so it is a receipt. Investment purchased, rent paid, general expenses, postage and stationery, newspapers and magazines, book purchased, sports material purchased, honorarium to coaches, and you have to find out what is a cash at bank. So if I'm getting the total of this, I can see the total as 23 lakh 2,000. I'm just going to enter 23 lakh 2,000, and I'm going to minus the difference here. That is, the total of this is 18 lakh 82,000. So I'm getting a difference of 4 lakh 20,000, which is my balancing figure, which is cash at bank. So my total here will be 23 lakh and 2,000.